See, sometimes things happen and you think you're on one screen and you're on another one, even after going live already today. Anyway, here we go. Welcome back to Social Strategies Simplified with Sue, where we break down the social media strategies of top industry professionals doing amazing things on social media while actually producing less content. Now, the focus here is the hub and spoke content framework, which allows a focus and a structure on a particular type of content that you get really good at so that you don't have to feel like you're posting things every single day. You're creating something new every single day or shooting from the hip. And this week, I am really excited. We are featuring top producing lender, Jennifer Beeston. Yesterday, if you were with me, we talked about the podcast that I was just blown away when I listened. And tune in if you look up Apple Podcast and just search Mortgage Marketing Jennifer Beeston, you will find it, because what she unveiled was that she has, at the time of the podcast, she had received over 170 apps through her YouTube channel. Now, some of these things did come from referrals, but she says she gets at least 60% of her leads from YouTube, that she does not really do much other social other than distributing things out across these spokes that I talk about. But the greatest thing that I always hear in years of working with lenders in their marketing is they're consistently trying to create new and keep up on their realtor relationships and the reliance upon those realtors to get leads. Jennifer noted in this podcast she does not do that anymore. She has her realtors that she has the solid relationships with, but all of her efforts really go into her YouTube channel for this success. So we're going to continue to break this down a bit. So as we went over yesterday, showed you Monday and Tuesday, kind of her YouTube or her website and the podcast that she had this conversation on. So we're not going to go over that again. But like I said, if you weren't with me yesterday, you can tune in or Google the Apple Podcast for mortgage marketers, Jennifer Beeston. Tune in. She has so much amazing information in that and the statistics behind what YouTube is doing for her as a lender. What we also talked about was how you sort of can tie these things together between your YouTube channel and your website. As we pop over to her YouTube channel here, you can see the similarity, you can see the cross-branding, but something that's very different that we see on Jennifer's channel as opposed to some of the people we've featured in previous weeks is that it doesn't have that direct consistency of everything on the website, everything on the YouTube channel, everything elsewhere on social media, right? So what I love about Jennifer, not only is she really busting the myths around what lenders must do to get referrals and leads through realtor partnerships and pounding the pavement and making phone calls all day long every day, is that yes, you can have a personal brand, you can stand out from others and what others are doing within your company, and maybe not do all those things that I've talked about in prior episodes around consistency from blog to website to Twitter to Instagram, right? She is hitting it hard, doing YouTube, and then using the spokes of social media to advance the distribution, but not necessarily spending a lot of time there. Is that okay? Absolutely, because she is in the top 1% of lenders. She did, I think she said, over 250 million last year. So you know what? Break some rules. Do things a little bit differently. If you find what works for you, keep doing it and keep making it happen. So as we see on her YouTube channel, so usually I'll move on to another spoke, and I will before we end today, but I did want to stay on her YouTube channel a little bit because I did get a question yesterday, because a big focus in what Jennifer does to get the visibility that she gets on YouTube is she focuses on the education. She's not selling and pitching. She's focusing on the education and topics that people are searching for. And I mentioned a tool yesterday called TubeBuddy. Now, this is actually a tool that was also brought up in the podcast episode, and it didn't sound like she was using it, but she does have an expert that helps her. So if you are not someone who has or can afford an expert to help you with search engine and keyword optimizing your videos, that's where this incredible TubeBuddy tool comes in. So I mentioned it yesterday, but I didn't get into using it, so I wanted to show that a little bit today. So as we can see, Jennifer speaks from her expertise. She has videos up. She does about 1 a week, and I believe in her podcast she mentioned maybe going to 2 a week, but she's doing extraordinarily well by doing 1 video a week on a top trending topic that people are searching for. In your YouTube videos, you can actually see if you're being found in search and if your videos are getting watched by being found in search, what words and key phrases people are typing in to find you. Now, if you haven't started yet, how do you know what those keywords are? Well, that's where we come back to this TubeBuddy tool. And that's why I wanted to stick on the YouTube channel again today to show you a little bit of what that looks like. So Jennifer, the other thing I mentioned that I love featuring people who have a social purpose behind what they do. She does a lot around educating people on VA loans, so veterans assistance, helping veterans get loans. So if we use this as an example, of course, we have to spend our few seconds on the ad that shows up, and then we will skip it. So here's Jennifer in her office. See? You can sit in your office space wherever you're comfortable. You don't have to do anything special to start doing these videos. Start from where you're at. All right, so we're going to pause here. This is TubeBuddy. So this is a tool that I have, and I did pay for it. There is like a free version or a free trial at least that you can use, but it is definitely worth it if you are focusing on building a YouTube channel. So what TubeBuddy allows you to do, and this is it right here. I'll put the link in the comments. I think it's literally maybe like $100 a year for subscription, maybe less. I don't pay a lot for stuff like this, so trust me, it's definitely a budget and worthwhile. So what I can see here by having TubeBuddy open while I'm on her video is that she just posted on March 3rd and has 961 views on, 18 comments. These are the tags. So you can actually go to some other videos that are trending in your topic, in your industry, other influencers, and see what the tags are. Now, tags are not your description. Tags are not hashtags. So if you're not familiar with the YouTube language, I'm going to go over really what is like the trinity of impact on YouTube, right? So I'm going to scooch this over here a little bit. And so first of all, title. Title is very important. She has VA mortgage in the first 3 words of the title. This is important. You want to make sure that your title has a keyword impact. Very important. Also, she has a complete description. She has her calendar link where you can book a call. She has her links. So here's the thing too. A lot of times people think, who clicks links in videos? Well, as she mentioned on her podcast interview, she is actually getting loan applications from YouTube. Not just leads, not just people she's adding to her email list from replying in comments. She is actually getting people to click on these links and send in a loan application. So this is working. So this is something you can do once, okay? You don't have to put this in every video. There are defaults in YouTube so that you can come up with your best full description, links to the important places you want people to find you, and put this in your default. So every time you upload a video, it's already there. Then you can come up and just edit for the specific topic. Okay, so that's the other part. The part you can't see here that's behind the scenes, and something that is very important, if you're a lender or in a regulated business, she has her disclaimer language also, right? So of course you don't want to put that in every time you do a video. That's the other reason those defaults are so very important. Some lenders just put this in the about section, but if you want to go on the conservative side of regulation, she's actually got it in each and every video, so you're covered, okay? So then back to TubeBuddy. Tags are the things you can't see on someone else's video, but there is also a space where you can default a set of tags or add, unique tags to each video. Again, not hashtags, but tags that are keywords, key phrases that if people are searching on YouTube are going to help you be found. So when you think about the topic of your video, make sure that's in your description. Make sure that's in your title, and then use the set of keyword phrases that are really going to meet those who are searching for your content. So this is a great foundation. Like I said, sort of the trinity of being found on YouTube. Make sure that you have a structure and a process for this so that each time you do a video, you're not, struggling to find new tags, update your descriptions. Think about what your defaults can look like. And then as you plan a content calendar over the course of the month or the quarter or the year, you can then think about what those unique tags are going to be for the various other topics that you might be creating content for. So Jennifer is an extraordinary example of so many things. A lender stepping out into personal brand, not using that same marketing content that the company is churning out and people are using. Don't get me wrong, it's great that people have that, but if you use the same thing all of your peers are using on social media every day, you're not going to stand out. And Jennifer clearly does by going her route and using her YouTube channel to do this. And by her own words in that podcast, she's getting over 60% of her leads from here, not worrying about struggling to create new realtor relationships or feeling like she's been broken up with if they refer somebody else. She is in control of her leads by being in control of her YouTube channel, by educating people on the very things that they need to learn around getting home mortgages. So it's a great model to follow. Follow her channel, learn a lot, and model what she's doing in the ways that you can for whatever business you might be in. And so as you can see, yes, she does take it to other channels. She has a Twitter account. She's got over 7,000 followers, and you can see it's simply being posted out to share that video. Is there a lot of conversation? No. Is there a lot of engagement? No. But that also doesn't mean it's not being seen. This is also an industry that I work in a lot, and I support a lot of people in running their analytics. Things like mortgage, finance, law don't always get a ton of publicly visible engagement. But what you'll see on the back end in analytics is clicks. And that's what she's looking for here, right? This is a spoke that drives traffic back to her hub, which is YouTube, which is generating most of her business. So it does not hurt to simply come out, post the videos here. They come along with a good, intriguing headline, not simply, here's my latest, check out my latest YouTube video, right? It comes along with an impactful headline. So that's important. So she could still be getting some visibility by posting these videos each time they get published on YouTube. So that's one spoke. So I hope you've learned a little bit more today about how to use YouTube successfully. Make sure, again, that you are following those guidelines of strong descriptions, strong titles, and identifying tags that are important. And if you've never done it before, I'll share a link to this TubeBuddy tool, which is extremely helpful in identifying what those important tags might be for you if you're just getting started on YouTube until you can find the best search terms from your own analytics. So we'll be back tomorrow with a little bit more on Jennifer's hub and spoke content framework, taking a look over at Facebook and Instagram to see what she's doing over there. If you have any questions on starting your YouTube channel or using the hub and spoke content framework in your business, please drop me a note. Also head on over to socialmediavault.com, drop in your email and sign up for a free account where you can see all past episodes. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue the process. And if you know somebody doing great things, please let me know. I would love to feature them here. I'll see you back tomorrow.